Now this is the black preserved beans. You can see on the left here, this is the original size, and here is what I chop it using the butcher knife to make it smaller size, and this is what it looks like. Should be able to find it in a Chinese store or something, you know. Yeah, okay. Okay, you can see there's ginger, and I cut them into little pieces, you know. Okay, and I put the preserved beans in a jar like this. Now you see this is garlic, and okay, you see here this is a garlic that we chop using a mini chopper that you can buy it in Canada, but I don't know about, you know, United States, probably China, Taiwan. Well, you probably need to take a look to see whether you can find something like a coffee grinder or something like that, because this thing is pretty good. It chops the garlic into, you know, little pieces like that, and we store it in the jar, and probably you can see there's oil, you know. See, the oil we put oil on top of it to preserve it. For instance, like this garlic, it has been storing for many months, probably 4 months or maybe half year, you know. So we're going to put the garlic into the jar here. I probably will show you guys how to use this thing to chop the garlic, because I'm pretty much out of stock here. Okay, so what happened here is time travel, dimensional shift. Now it's 2 days later. Well, just like what I said, I'm gonna show you guys how to chop the garlic, and this is a little peek preview for what happens 2 days after the jar is like. As you can see, it looks pretty okay, you know. I can smell the seasonings also. So we're going to put some garlic into the chopper, and I will show you guys how it works. Okay, so this thing, press it for 10 seconds for about this amount. Okay, if you want it to be finer, then you press it again. Yeah, something like that. See, it's very simple. Okay, now back to that light. Okay, now you can see here, this is the garlic and the preserved black beans. Now what is this? This is soy sauce, this brand, if you can find it. This is white vinegar, about this much of volume, you know. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And this is salt, about 4 spoons, and the size of the spoon is like, you know, this, not very big. And we're going to put everything into the jar. Okay. Now what is this? This is baking soda, which is quite important that you need to put it in, but be careful about the size, you know, just about this much, not too much, because we're going to cook it in, you know, in the pot for continuously, at least for 2 days. So not too much, because I did put too much in, and it kind of like too strong and make my pot erosive, things like that. Okay. Okay, these are the seasonings that I'm going to put in. Basically, you know, how much you put in, it all depends on how much it costs. You know, if it costs more expensive, you put less, and also depends on whatever you can find in your area. So let's go very quickly. Okay, this is garlic powder. This is it should be thyme or rosemary. Well, it should be fine, okay? And this is seasoning salt for, you know, people that use for steak instead. No MSG added, and if you believe what I said, then, you know, self saved you, not God saved you, you know. Self bless you. This is black pepper, and this is Chinese dry mandarin orange skin, you know, in making into powder. This is what's it said? It actually is a dry ginger powder, which they make it into powder, and people mix it with eat with together with chicken in Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, whatever. And this is what people used to eat with salmon. Actually, it's MSG things, just basically for the MSG stuff. You can just add it. It has similar taste to salmon, I would say, but basically what people eat are just for the MSGs, if you look at it carefully. And this is Tabasco. Most people know about it. This is, I don't know what it's called. It's, something sour. I know it in Chinese, but I don't know it in English. So basically, I'm going to put, these things into the jar here. And, okay, we'll see. Okay, now you see everything's ready. The seasoning, preserved black beans, vinegar, all of those stuff are in. So we just need to, mix it up and put boiling water in. And also, when you're finished, you put the oil, a little bit of oil on top of it so that our buddy, our friends, the bacteria won't germinate there. Okay. Okay, now you can see here everything's mixed, and if you can see the reflection, you see there's some oil on top of it. So we're going to lift it that way, close the cap, and then put it on the, say, the corner of the kitchen for at least a week or so. I just left it there, I didn't put it into the fridge. As long as you have oil on top of it should be okay. So that's the marinade sauce that we're going to use to cook for the beans. And yeah, I would suggest guys to make it earlier. Let's say at least for a week or so before you're going to cook the beans, because it will give you time, or not time, but some moments for the ingredients of the marinade sauce to melt together, kind of mix it up together to have a better result. Okay, so basically you can see that I'm pretty much of beans here. So let's see, this is what I put into the peanut butter jar. So I'm going to get a new one from the freezer. Okay, so you can see here that I have only one bag left. That's usually what I put in the freezer. So it's all hardened. So I'm going to put it into the fridge and let it defrost like in 1 day. And we're going to prepare the beans for the new beans to cook. And yeah, for guys that are involved in the SRE course, I just got a muscle response last night. It's pretty cool. Okay. Alright, here's what I'm going to eat for the morning breakfast. I mean, just going to give you guys a general idea of how much beans are eaten. Here you can see about this much amount of beans, and then vegetables. So it's like half, and this is a very good meal already for me, even for me as a 37-year-old male man. How I do is I cook many rices, like at least 10 mugs, little mugs. Let me show you the mugs. This mug, 10 mugs of rice each time, and then I cook like 2 woks of vegetables. So whenever I am hungry and I put them into the fridge, and the garlic you need to put in the fridge if you want to store it for say over half a year or so. So whenever I'm hungry or I need to eat, I just go to the fridge and I just clean the the kitchen instrument or pot and things, and just for once, and then once in a while. Okay, so we're going to soak the beans now.